Hello everyone, I'm Jay Fair on air and I'm 30 plus and counting my blessings, counting my way to better health and more wealth. And if you have similar interests, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Also share my videos. You never know who they may help. Today I want to come and talk to you about my 3-week lock journey. I am at the 3-week mark since I had my hair put into starter locks, and at this point it's definitely getting to the point where it's time to have those locks redone. If you look at the top of my head, it's almost hard to lay my locks down, so I have to really be proactive, because if I'm not proactive, these things I'll wake up with my head looking like it is now, which I did not go to sleep last night with anything on my head. Sometimes we all have those nights, and this is how my hair looks when I wake up without tying my hair down or anything. And as you can see, it has grown out quite a bit in 3 weeks, so I do have quite a bit of growth going on here. And because of all of this new growth, you see, the locks are not laying down. Basically, they're just sitting on top of, and I know my edges have never been thick, so whatever. But the locks are basically just sitting on top of all of that new growth. And yeah, it's not pretty in the mornings. But, you know, I do have a trick that I learned that you can always lay these locks down. All you need is a little spray bottle and a head scarf. Spray it down, tie it down, jump in the shower. Once you come out, pull it off, and then they'll be laid down, and you can just kind of fluff them into the style that you want them to go into. So I'll go ahead and do that now while I just talk to you about the last 3 weeks of my hair journey. So like I said, I got my hair done 3 weeks ago, a little bit over 3 weeks ago. And that first day of getting my locks done, make sure however you want your locks to, whatever style you want them in, make sure that you're laying them down in that way, your starter locks. Lay them down in whatever style you want them in. But that first day of having my starter locks, I was on cloud 9 because I had been, you know, thinking about getting them done forever. And I just, on the first day, I loved them. I loved the way they looked. I loved everything about my starter locks. But as the days went on and I began to see natural hair more and more, I was just like, I miss my natural hair. I started to miss my natural hair. I started to look at other people and say, dang man, you know, yada yada yada, I'm making the right decision. It definitely was a time of contemplation of whether I made the right decision or not. I had to get used to seeing myself look like this. Now mind you, before I got the locks, my natural hair was about here, and the back was bra strap length. And so going from having hair that's down here when it's stretched out, and then about right here when it's just, you know, in its natural state, to coming to hair up here, that's something that I just had never seen myself with. So it definitely took some getting used to. And so you definitely have to learn how to accessorize, do your makeup, especially if you want to feel feminine as you have before. So I already had a large earring collection, so I wear a lot of earrings, and I really don't put on a lot of makeup, but if I'm feeling extra, I will put on like a lipstick or something like that to make me feel a little more feminine for that day. One of the things that I did notice over that time period when I first got my starter locks installed, they were a little bit longer, and now as you can see, they are they seem like they're really compact. And I think that's because I'm just going to tie these down so that they will lay flat But and I think that's because when your roots grow up, they pull your hair up with them. So as your roots grow, I'm pulling this tight so it can lay down. So as your roots grow up and out of your head, they begin to pull your hair with it. So rather than your locks laying down, they just begin to like shrink up. And over the that second week, you'll definitely notice that your locks are a lot more shorter than they were before, which is fine. I mean, you just have to get used to seeing yourself with shorter hair. So yeah, shrinkage is definitely something that I noticed, and like I said, it's just something that you really have to get used to. You really have to learn that, you know, this is a process. You're not going to wake up and your hair is not going to be at your dream length. Your hair may not even look like what you wanted your hair to look like. It may not look like your hair inspiration. Even if you got the same size locks, it may not look like whoever you wanted your hair to look like. So those are some of the things that, you know, I noticed over the last 3 weeks, that really, just like the natural hair journey, this is a journey. This is not something that you do and you're just going to be like automatically like, you know, happy with it every single day. You're going to have to learn what to use on your hair to make it look like you want it to look. A lot of people may try products and things like that, but as for me, my only thing that I've been using on my hair is plain water. I haven't even purchased rose water because for the most part, the product that the lady who installed my locks used has kept my hair pretty shiny. So I haven't even really been putting like oil or anything on it. I've just sprayed it with water and fluffed it up, and then I went, and as it began to grow out more and it wasn't fitting or looking like I wanted it to look, then I would just tie it down for a longer period of time after wetting it and then letting it dry, and then I'll fluff it into whatever style and just go from there. So it's definitely a journey. It's not something that, you know, it's going to be overnight. I can expect that, you know, I'm probably won't reach the length that I want for a couple of years, and I'm okay with that, because like I said, it is a journey. You're not going to wake up looking like, you know, your hair inspiration the next day, even though you think like when you wake up the next day you're gonna be like, okay, I'm ready for it to grow. No, it's not gonna happen like that at all. So just pump your brakes and just enjoy this process. So a tip that I do want to share with you before I get off here is every night, usually every night before I go to bed, rather than wrapping my hair up with a tie or putting on a silk bonnet or anything like that, I put on a wig cap, and the wig cap just helps to lay my locks flat and it doesn't come off at night. Usually the way I sleep, if I put a scarf on, like this scarf, if I put a silk bonnet on, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be somewhere in the bed or somewhere on the floor by the time I wake up. This has been the only thing that stays on my head the entire night, is a wig cap. And this wig cap just lays down my locks in whatever direction, and it usually keeps them from looking so, you know, tossed up by morning. It's just I didn't put it on last night and you see how I woke up. But I hope that, you know, that tip works for you. So that's it for this video. Nothing major happened during my first 3 weeks of my lock journey. I'm still, you know, just taking it day by day. Again, I'm J Fair on air. I'm 30 plus and counting. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.